In South America, the government of Colombia has fired 25 soldiers, among them 3 generals and 4 colonels, over the killings of at least 11 civilians who disappeared from the capital of Bogotá. It's described as the biggest shakeup over human rights abuses in Colombia's armed forces, and it comes as rights organizations complain that the military is deliberately killing civilians and making it look as though they were armed leftist rebels to inflate their counts of rebels killed. To get more on this, we are joined by Christopher Sabatini. He's Senior Director of Policy at the Council of the Americas here in New York. Mr. Sabatini, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
The U.S. has given billions of dollars to the Colombian military. The Bush administration certainly has supported in their efforts to combat the leftist guerrillas. Is there any suggestion here that perhaps the Bush administration overlooked this problem in order to just give support to Colombia?
Well, according to the package of aid that the U.S. gives to Colombia for combating narcotics trafficking and in part for security reasons, there are conditions that prevent the allocation of U.S. taxpayer dollars to Army units that have been involved in human rights violations. Nevertheless, and according to one of the reports that came out today, 47% of the violations that occurred, that you're talking about, occurred in units that receive U.S. government dollars.
Well, that would be a troubling significance.
It's very troubling. I think what we're looking here is not a direct causal relationship between U.S. dollars and the human rights abuses, but really a lack of oversight and control. These are 8,000 member Army units in which there is very little control over who does what on the ground. And this is complicated by the fact that President Uribe has placed basically a bounty on the heads of leftists that basically allows low-level soldiers to get promotions and even time off for the number of leftists they kill.
So what does this suggest about the overall success of the war against the leftist rebels?
It's been successful in the sense that Colombia is a far more secure place than it was before Uribe was elected. It is both in terms of murder rates and in terms of the territory that the FARC rebels, that's the main guerrilla group, control. When pushed back, hostages have been released. However, his zeal in doing that has created a context which allows for these sorts of human rights abuses to occur.
And do you think that the government's going to now pay attention? It's been brought out to the open, change things?
I think it has to. Of course, the sacking of these 25 military officers, which included 3 generals, is a clear sign that they want to put this behind them and want to make clear that they're going to get to the bottom of it. No coincidence, however, is that there's a pending free trade agreement with the United States right now, which has been very much criticized by human rights groups because of the human rights policies of Uribe. Very clearly, he's hoping that in the next couple of months, if this comes up for a vote, he'll have this behind him.
Christopher Sabatini, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you.